Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Today, we take a closer look at the stories shaping our communities and our future, going past the surface and into the context, the impact, and the conversations that matter.
In every episode, we move past what's trending and examine what the headlines truly mean for everyday Filipinos.
I'm Mildred Galarpe.
And I'm DJ Moises.
Today on Beyond the Headlines, we sit down with Cebu City Councilor Nice Archival. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes.
Okay. To discuss her work in the City Council and the responsibilities that come with serving the people of Cebu City.
Councilor Archival will also talk about her priorities, advocacies, and vision for Cebu City, as well as how the council can respond to the needs and aspirations of its constituents.
Good afternoon,
Hello,
Councilor
good
Archival.
afternoon,
I think
everyone.
she's the third councilor nga newbie nga atong na-invite din sa studio from Cebu City.
And I just learned that the youngest ever councilor.
Yes,
In
ever
Cebu City.
in Cebu City.
Pila ka babay ang naa sa konseho karon?
Duha.
Ikaw
Me
and
and Doc Michelle Siliona. Abelia Siliona.
si Abelia.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, last time I think nasa tuy duha no sa City Council, the previous si
Previous
Councilor
si Councilor Joy og si I forgot.
I might name the wrong.
there's
another one.
Kuan-
I was about to
Yeah, I
name
know.
another one.
There was another one.
Okay.
Former to siya nga basta BOPK to siya. Leia
Hapson.
Hapson. Si Councilor Leia Hapson.
Sige, so because it's been 2 months, no, since
Yes.
the start of the term. So how does it feel to start from youth leadership straight all the way, to citywide leadership?
Yes. For me, I think I didn't have that at first. Everybody would think I was overwhelmed with everything, but honestly, I didn't have the time to even be overwhelmed with everything because after we won, literally me and Tatay, Mayor Nestor, we went straight to work right away, and it doesn't feel really any different for me because I'm still working side by side with, of course, Tatay Nestor. So it's fun actually, and it just gives you a bigger perspective on the real issues that the city really has compared when I was still an SK councilor, since I just dealt with the youth. Although you have I already had a little bit of knowledge because I would go with Tatay Nestor to the council ever since I was younger. So it wasn't that surprising for me on that aspect.
So, Carla, before we go into some citywide conversation, so can you help me and the rest of the viewers get to know you more? Like, who is Councilor Nice Archival outside politics?
So, actually, most of the time, I don't really have the time to outside because I'm with Tatay. So I don't really. If ever I'm outside, then I free dive. Yes, I free dive in Malbal if I have the time, but then that rarely happens since I help with Tatay Nestor with if ever he needs me to help on something. So I'm just there side by him, like silently there beside him. So
Okay. I think you mentioned Tatay Nestor 3 or 4 times. So Tatay Nestor, Mayor Archival, is your father?
no, he's not my father.
Okay.
My father is the late attorney Noel Archival. So after he died, Tatay Nestor was the one who got me and my siblings to him. So he basically became our dad already. So he was our father figure after, and it still happened. He is still up until now.
Okay.
Yes.
Just for everybody, our audience, the late attorney Noel Archival is, I think I covered him when he was just starting. Moto siya street smart nga abogado. But sadly, he was ambushed, I think coming back to the city,
Yes,
right?
coming back to the
From
city.
a hearing in
Dumaguete.
Dumaguete. Until today, it remains unresolved. Nanatoy mo nanay nadakpan niya, nabuhian na lang sad kay ansa ba. So I think that's the justice system. And yet, si Mayor Archival was councilor. He is already in power, pero
Wala
nothing
gihapon.
happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no, nga
Hopefully.
with you and your dad na yung mahitabo.
Yes, hopefully there will be. Pero the justice system in the Philippines isn't that
Ideal?
good. Yeah,
Ideal?
it's not really the best.
Yes.
But
Which brings me to my karon na reminded ko with my another curious question. So, politics has always been almost part of your life, no? Pero why did you not pursue law? Sige,
yes.
kana.
Well, actually, when I was younger, pagyod, when my tatay Noel was still around, I always saw him in public service already, helping people.
Okay.
And so I always thought, I think this is what I want to do. I loved helping other people. It just fills my
Natural.
heart. It just naturally comes up to me that I want to help people. And every time I try, so that's what I wanted to do. After my tatay Noel died, I said, oh my God, I think this isn't for me. Because it gave me a sign, my dad passed away. So I let that, slide for a bit. And then when I came into college, I was given the opportunity to run for student council. So I said again, oh, maybe this is my sign that...
This is the field,
Yeah, this
the
is...
route.
Yeah, I think this is for me. But unfortunately, I didn't win in student council in San Carlos. So I said, oh, maybe this isn't for me, really. So I did all the things that, since my dad would always say, do what makes you happy, or choose whatever that makes you happy. Because if you're not going to choose which one is making you happy, then I know in the end, you're going to regret it. So I said, okay. So I took tourism because I always wanted to go to different places and
you're free then.
Yeah, I am free and I get to learn new cultures. So I said, okay, I take tourism. Then after I took tourism, I also was given the opportunity again to run for SK Council in Talamban. So I said, oh, maybe this is for me again. I just kept thinking, maybe this is for me. So I did it. I tried it, and fortunately, I was #1 SK councilor.
This time.
Yes, I was like, oh my goodness, this
Okay.
is for me again. And then I ran also for somewhat to make my tatay Nestor happy, or just to fill that gap, because I didn't take what he wanted me to take when I was in college, because I wanted to step aside. So I said, well, I'll just run for SK so that I can make Tatay Nestor happy. So I did that, and I said, oh, maybe Tatay will never bother me again. so when the news came up again, when, because how the campaign started last was everybody was already plotting who's going to run for mayor. Everyone is like this. And then
the lineup.
Yeah, the lineup was already, everyone was having lineups already. Kami, silang Tatay Nestor, of course, the BOPK family, did not have yet at that time. So they said, sige, we'll let Nestor run. At that time, Tatay was not sure yet of his decision to run. So I said, oh, maybe wala ra. Then he said, nice, you have to come and help me already full-time with my campaign because I will run for mayor. So I did help him. I was his PA, basically. That's what, every election, that's what we always do, help him with this campaign. And then as time goes by, since Tatay Nestor is running for mayor, he has to be in the south. He also has to be in the north. He cannot take that much schedules at the same time. So what they did is they would put me, I would be his speaker. Because they said it would be...
Simultaneous.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they said nga, mas better that it's me because family compared it to be a filler that would talk about him. So, it gives that family touch because, Archival man sad ko. So as time goes by, sige mi og sugat ni Mayor Tommy. And of course, Mayor Tommy is a very close, we're very close with Tommy as well because, he was also, my dad was also his lawyer before. So, sige na magsugat ni Tommy and then also Kong Bebot. They said, you speak better than your tatay. And I said, no, that's not. No, that's not true. Then, after a while, Tatay Nestor was already pressured with, who are you gonna have in your lineup? Like this and like that. Then I never told Tatay, I want to run as councilor. I never said that. I just continued to
Be the PA.
Be the PA, speak in front of him. And then suddenly, Tommy was like, you let Nice run. she's a good option like this. And it's like, huh? I don't Murag, I said nga, wait, because the position is a very heavy position. At my age, I also started to doubt myself because I thought to myself, is it really the time for me to step up and take this responsibility? But unfortunately, I wasn't given the chance to think it over. Na they never asked, do you want to run as councilor? It was more like, you're running. I said, okay. Then as time passes by, that's when I started, because I also had breakdowns. Kay Gen Z, I had breakdowns or started to realize, because when I started out, when I was proclaimed I would be running, I started to, Tatay Nestor did not spoon feed me with information. All he did was, okay, you do you. You gotta do what you gotta do so that you climb up, so that you can win. So I did my own thing on my own, because I already know how it works. So when I did that, people started to doubt me already, because people would ask, Merg, I said good nga, Merg. I think the last name is not heavy good, because it's not
an insurance.
Yeah, it's not an insurance.
It's an
that you're-
expectation.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. Because when I went out, and then everybody would start to ask, kinsa man ka nga Archival? Nga, unsa man ka nga, oy, bata man din nimo, oy, I got
Especially the adult ones.
Yes,
no?
of course.
What can you do when you're still very young?
you're still very young. Or what can you offer to the
Yes,
table?
people-
Something like that. So I
Yes.
got so much doubt that I also started to doubt myself. Nga, am I really capable of doing this? And then I even visited my dad, because I couldn't take, I felt that so much pressure with me. I went to my dad. I said, Tay, can you give me a sign that this is really, for me, something I needed. I needed strength to even pursue this whole campaign period. And me and Tatay, of course, we don't really talk about that much. That we didn't have time to even talk about all that because of the pressure that was going on. So I went to my Tatay Noel. I said, I really need help. What can I do? Then fortunately, after, there was little children that siguro that came up to me, Ate, you're so cool. Kanang kanindot kagwapa nimo oy kanang ako jud ingnon akong mama butaran ka. So that's when that lighted up my the fire within me. I think this is really what I want to do. This is for the children. This is for all the younger ones that who aim to be something, and yet they start to doubt themselves because of the age barrier that of course the adults would give us. Nga, kaya ka nimo. Like
what can you do?
it's
Yeah.
hard because of course in BUPK most of them are really my seniors na gyud. You have of course Councilor Bebs, you have Councilor Arcilia, so they're like
Naanay kuan ba? Naanay track record.
yeah, they have track records already.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
it's hard. And then most of them are really way over, older than me. But then I think that was also my edge among all of them. Pod na I was young, I had fresh ideas, and I can at the same time whatever they're capable of doing, I can do that 10 times more.
Because you have the energy.
Yes, I have the energy. Ngaligong pagtuhod.
Pagtuhod.
Na makasakas bukid.
Yeah.
So that's when Tommy was a very good guide with me po during my campaign. He said, no, he also expressed that I was also very young when I first became mayor of Cebu City, and a lot of people doubted him. So I said, okay, I think this is for me. And then as time gradually passed, I gained a certain, a clout siguro within, because sa sige na kog suroy, and I was very happy with that. But then, you still have chills nga makadaog bagyud ka ako. Because, I already tried failing already, and I didn't
Back in
want to,
college.
I already tried that. And then I've had lots of, failures already coming up to this point in my life. So, muna ko, what if, and also I didn't want to disappoint siguro my Tatay Nestor at the same time. Because both of us, we were like, makadaog yun bakatang duha. Because, it was a race where you didn't really know who would win. Because, when you come to the masa, there's always different opinions about everybody else. So, ako sad, I was like, I even prayed nga, okay ra ko kung dili ko si Tatay Nestor lang. So, that's how it was.
Yeah, I think maybe because giving na ba nga, ay lang ko kay ino yung bata pa man ko.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
compared sa
Pero
kang
the rest is history because after the elections, you came second.
yes. Oh my goodness. I was very shocked manggani ka.
I think ang mga bata to, no?
Yeah,
na nag-ingon
yes.
sa ilang mga i-appeal nas lista.
It was funny because the day after me and Tatay Nestor, on the day of election day, we didn't vote early. Because, in Talamban, there's
Yeah.
dako good kayo ang,
Voting
voting
population.
population there in Talamban. So, we said, sige, unya na lang hapon. And the day, daghan na kayo calls, there's something wrong here and there. I just said, I don't know what to do. And we didn't have drivers because, they went to vote. And so I said, Tatay also didn't want to go out. So I'm just like, okay, we're gonna be here. So ang mga tao mo yung nagsigig adto sa balay. And I just kept praying, Lord, I hope everything goes well. So we voted mga late already, mga 5 siguro to in the afternoon. It was already mingaw na siya in Talamban. And then, after we went back home, I couldn't stay still anymore. I was shaking. I was having anxiety na what's going to happen.
Si paspas man ka,
yeah,
ano?
everything. It was already like the time after 5, after we voted, it was already so fast. I was having anxiety already. At the same time, si Tatay Nestor, sa iyahang ka, Kuya Juan Nasad, he said, mulakaw ko, magpa-haircut sa ko. So he went to Ayala, and then he had his haircut nga ako. I'm just like, you're just leaving me? What's happening? I told him nga, Tay, we're gonna go to Crown, kadiha man mag-countdown. And I said nga, I don't wanna go, because what if I'm not gonna win? And then everyone's gonna look at me and say nga, ano na pa man ka here? So, I said nga, I told my sister, she said nga, ate, are we gonna go na? I said nga, later na. Then I opened my phone again. I saw nga all 7 at the 7 p.m. because they closed all the
Precincts.
Yeah, precincts already. After that, nihog no ang tanan kakapoy na ka. I was like, I'm so tired already. I can't do this.
Ana na feel
Yeah,
mo
nga all the kapoy,
adrenaline and everything.
It just fell down. Di naman ko ganahan, uy. Kapuyan na, uy. I didn't have the energy, but I didn't have the energy to even face people ba, or even give a smile. I just wanted to, go home and lay down, kanang matug, sleep na lang. But then I went there, and then everyone was there already. I was looking at everyone. Saan naman ni? And then we had a huge screen there, and they had like all the
Results.
Partial.
Yeah, partial pa.
Nanay-trend.
Nanay-trend. But then, obviously, ang councilors wala pa. Kaya mag-una man gyud ang mayor, vice mayor, and then of course the Congress. So, I'm just like, sa man gyud nga wala pa manggawa sa mua.
And then man kayo mo good.
And then, on the way going to Crown pag yun, so much people were calling me, our leaders, my leaders, and of course, I have contact with the South leaders. I also have the North, because, I went back and forth, good help in South and North. So, I don't want to answer, because what if they call me and say, pildi ka nga diri precinct? I don't want to. I might cry. Di ko ganahan, ani. And I said, dili ko mo answer. Pero, nag-vibrate na gyud akong phone. I answered one, kay nasayop na ako og nasla and this nga akong I'm not gonna close
na-slide
it
nimo.
na-slide na ako so oh no nya lain mo pud ka if I don't
Butang
answer
na
because leaders ba ito namo she called nga Cons nice daog ka ani nga precinct din ko nga oh no basin ka na ra nga precinct I don't want this na nili nako ko sige thank you sige na kung halabatot mo basin sa kadaghan og precinct sa North District daghan na ba kaayo we have Bukid we have Kwan I said it's only one what if katura nga ko I started to cry na wait help me I don't want to do this then I went to Crown I was getting anxious. It was like 8:30 already. Si Tatay Nestor, wala pa yun naabot.
Mas yan tupi.
Wala pa siya. Kung unsam ni Tatay, I needed like someone ba nga family nga kanang who knew how I felt.
And what you're going
Yeah,
through.
what I'm going to. I just needed to look at him ba and say nga, okay, I'm not alone. Si Tatay, wala pa yun naabot. So I said nga, I can't do this anymore. Kailangan ako tawagon gid akong Tatay Nestor. Kay murag mabuang na gid ko. So I called him. I said nga, Tay, padung na ka diri ning siya nga. Oh, padung na ko ning siya nga. Kamusta man diha? Okay ra ni tan-aw ko. I looked at the ko nga, okay ra man siguro tay. Okay ra man siguro. And then kung kaya ring tatay, oy, and then you have everyone, all the leaders, everyone is there already. Kung I don't want to talk to anyone. What if they just tell me nga you're losing here? And then when tatay arrived, wala na. when I saw
Numbers.
the numbers already, when it passed 30,000, I was like, okay, I think he's in a good position. Yeah, pero ako, hello, I was still alone there. I'm like, where is the councilors? I feel so sad. Hindi ko tanaw sa akong phone kay, they're just gonna, of course, the leaders, sila gud mismo nagtanaw sa precinct on what's going on, so di ko tanaw. And then after that, I got the news na, I was, there were already some
Trends.
precinct. Yeah, there was already a trend nga most daghan kay kog number one. There were certain barangays nga daog ko sa ilang mga precincts. So I said, okay, I was relieved at that time. But you don't really get to feel that one on the day manggod nga tinuod ba gyud ka nga 100 and how much people voted for you. Do you did I really meet that much people during my campaign, or am I just delusional? At the same time, I wasn't ko na happy kaayo because I had colleagues that wasn't able to win, which were there. You don't kanang marag happy and sad siya nga time. But good thing, of course, ang mayor and vice mayor na nasud good with us. But there's also a sad part po there, but mauman,
Kuns na ay nakaila siguro nimo Kuns si Crisostomo Lopez. I don't know if you know this. How was working with SHSB batch 85? SB, I don't know. What were your learnings that help you shape your new persona?
With silang, sir, I forgot their mga Ateneo na mga
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, yes.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I did.
I know SH is Sacred
yeah,
Heart.
yeah. Because I did lots of sidelines before, and with them, daghan sa ko actually na learn good because I was very naive pa before. And when usually I'm always placed in a position where I'm always the youngest. I'm always the one, so
Nindot na siya nga problema Kuns.
yeah, kanang ako gyud ang youngest gyud, and always the girl, or sometimes mostly always be the only girl in the, which has really helped me up until now because with them I was also the youngest, so it also helped me conquer my fears. Actually gyud as personal gyud mauwawon gyud ko nga tao. I get shy and I'm always scared to speak up because I feel like my feelings would be invalidated. But during those times, they helped me. Yun, na if you have an opinion, then you can say it. You can say it. Like we're not gonna say nga unya na kuan.
Kay babae ka.
O kay
Or kay bata pa ka.
babata pa ka. So that's one good that helped me even up to today nga that helped me, especially with my colleagues in the city nga it's actually okay that you're the youngest. There's a reason why you're the youngest in the room ba. So mo na siya.
Okay.
So
you handled the committee on tourism.
Yes, tourism and sister cities.
Sister cities.
Yes.
Okay, what are your current legislative priorities in as far as tourism is concerned?
For tourism, actually, I didn't really put so much pressure in tourism now, just because it is not really the priority of the mayor and of course the vice mayor. But of course, it's not allowed man sad nga that you're just gonna stop that one, because
Or
of course
ignore it,
tourism in Cebu City is a very huge aspect pud yun in the economy of Cebu City. But for tourism, I am it's still a secret though, but there is there's a huge it's a different project now that hopefully will push through. Later na lang, I will
Yes.
check about that later. But I am planning something. It is a tourism aspect yun siya in Cebu City, which we do not have yet in the city. But hopefully it will push through.
Did it help ang imong nahuman graduating?
Yes, actually, yeah. It helped good because tourism is different. A lot of people just say it's just serving, but actually tourism it's a heavy part good sa Cebu City if you see it till now, because we are the ones that cater all these different people who come here in Cebu, and of course the hotels, the restaurants, the spots and everything. So tourism has a backbone sa gyud in the city of Cebu.
So, because you mentioned also no, nga, there were people who also, well, there were those who helped you as a young voice, but there were also critics no, of you
Yes.
being young. So how are you managing that now? No? And how is your tatay, both tatays, no, is helping you or influencing you to address those question marks?
With the critics I have now, I think I've proven my point already, because being elected as city councilor, and I am ranked number 2 highest. So that proves a point to other people that people have seen. I saw that that I can step up to whatever everybody else is able to do. So I didn't really have to prove my point already. And now that I am a city councilor, I get a lot of guidance, especially from from my tatay Nestor. He has been number 1 councilor for the longest time already. So he's very expert in the legislative side. So we every morning I still report to him. Everything I do actually is reported to Tatay Nestor. So every morning I say, Tay, this is like this, and if ever I want to do something or I want to question something, he gives me advice pod. And of course Tami as well, I also ask a few questions if it's like this, because Tami, legend in Cebu City already, so he knows what to do. At the same time, I have the balance within the two of them. At the same time, I also have my own say. So it's usually me asking, can I do this? Is this possible for me to do so? It's like a conversational where I'm not really told what to do. It's more like just critics lang from my tatay nga murag, yeah, you can murag, pangutan like he guides me, pangutan lang inani nana. So yeah, I also know how tatay works already. He works differently. Everything you have to have a notebook. It's all written down. You have your TTD. That's what we call things to do. Then it has numbers. It has dates, and you have to check if it's done, if it's still pending, and you have rundowns of everything. So everything is very organized with Tatay Nestor. So I don't really have problems with that. He also doesn't have, since I already know how he thinks. So dili kayo siya hard to do.
And because we've also heard some positive trend, no, having younger people also at the city council. So can you also tell us how the dynamics, no, from your POV, no, how the dynamics is playing with the tenured and also the young councilors?
Like how Attorney Mikel Rama explained it, that there's a good mix of experience
Yeah.
and fresh ideas. Attorney Mikel Rama is watching us right now. Good afternoon,
Hi,
Attorney
Cons.
Mikel.
ni skip ay ni kuan na ba ko, ni hawar ba ko sa Caucas. Kaya come here. What is our end? Hi, Cons. I'm here then.
No, he's watching right now, si Attorney Mikel.
Yeah, with the council, I'm very, very grateful with our council now, because since we have the 17th Sanggunian, we have caucus meetings already before we do our session. So every Monday we do caucus sessions, and then Tuesday is our session day. And being with tenured councilors, it instead of being insecure, it pushes me. Wow, they already know so much knowledge, and it pushes me more nga, I think I need to study pag yun. Magkat-on ko og kaning whatever they already have in mind. At the same time, I think they're also very grateful po at the same time nga naapoy mga younger new councilors, first time councilors in Cebu City, dili lang kay young. Of course you have Attorney Mikel and all the other, or Doc Michelle, and it's fun actually, where you're in an environment where you get to see how they think and how they would react on certain for example agendas, on how when we have our caucuses, and then you listen. Me, I don't have a comment on it, but then they have, so it just help it, instead nga kanang I resent them nga murag ngano daghan kani siya nahibaw-an. It pushes me more nga murag
Mukat-on
jud ko, yeah, like
becomes a
kanang-
benchmark
yeah, and
or
then
something.
at the same time, if you have questions with certain counselors, they're very open to it. Like kanang you can tell them nga murag kung unsa di ay niimuhang pasabot ani, or what's your comment on like this and like that. And they're very very
Accommodating.
yeah, accommodating yun. And I feel like a child yun. They treat me as if mura kog anak nila.
So this is kuan ha, regardless na siya og BOPK.
Yeah,
or,
yes, yes. So literally
beyond
the-
party
yeah.
lines.
Beyond party lines yun siya. Nga I see them yun nga mura jud kog anak nila, kasi instead of calling me Cons, they call me Inday. Very nice. So
Kinit.
so they
No, true, because ano siya, if you're somebody from Luzon, ang Inday is murag demeaning kay ba, kay ang Inday
Yeah.
is katabang. But diri sa Cebu, diri sa mga Bisaya, Inday
endearment.
manggod is an endearment. Example na siya sa langga, di ba? Inday Dudong, Dudong Kinit. Si Dudong Kinit panagam na mo Dudong Kinit diri. So I think mo nay naka-feel og comfortable.
yeah, and that's why I didn't feel nga murag pressure kay ko,
or
because
alien ka to the
yeah,
group.
murag ko they really see me as a counselor gyud, and I think they respect gyud. They give me respect sa gyud. That's why I didn't feel nga murag ko out of the place ko or something like that. And if whenever I enter the room, kanang Inday, murag it's a lighter feeling ba, because I was always pressured. I always, before when I went with Tatay Nestor sa session hall, the feeling is very bugat. I don't know if it was like the just the previous administration, but every time murag bugat kayo siya paminawon. But then now nga I am actually the one there na gyud. It feels, for me, it's lighter now, especially with the council members, because all we want is for the betterment of Cebu City, regardless of political colors. So that's what I'm very happy said with the council now. But if it's for the betterment of Cebu City, then go. But if it's not really, then of course there will be discussions. But of course, in the discussions, then we take everyone's opinions in consideration.
Talking of kaning kuan ba, kanang tourism, I think ang Cebu City manggod mura siya kanang naana sa iya ang ingredients for kanang conferences,
Yeah.
for MICE, di ba?
Yeah.
Dagan na kata, we have nanatay New Star
Yeah.
coming,
And then
we have
eventually
the
arena.
SM Arena and
Yeah.
everything. Kung infrastructure murag
Not really.
kanang naa but not enough to be
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah.
Especially the problem on traffic.
Yes,
Yes.
that's correct.
So, unsa maning traffic?
Ang traffic.
That's our conversation
that
before.
was our
Yeah.
conversation. It's very hard, manggod, to minimize the traffic, because everybody has cars already, and that's why when I went to actually Russia last month for their transport summit, and their use for public transportation is very, very efficient. It's very effective, and that's when we always pushed for BRT way back. This was funded. It was researched by the World Bank way back 1990s, and then dugay ka, imbes nga it was supposed to be done way back pag yun, na dugay siya up until karon pa siya ma-dry run. And I really saw nga a BRT of a way that could help minimize traffic. If everybody just be in one bus and not use their cars, and then I feel like it would really minimize the traffic. But at the same time, of course, you have the cons of it nga. Why should we ride public transport when we have our own cars pa?
Yeah.
So
And which leads me to my next question, because from my observation, I think the success of the BRT route is really for people not to use the side lanes
Yeah.
anymore. But for now that we only have package one,
Yeah.
how can
Listen
we
ba?
encourage
It's hard.
the drivers to leave their cars and take the BRT?
yeah, it's hard because the first plan of BRT was from Talamban, going to the downtown area, then going to Bulacau area. So that was the proposed yun, the plan of BRT way back, and then because of certain discussions
Changes,
and these changes, it murag na wa hinuon sa mga tao, and people forgot the purpose good of BRT and why it was researched and funded by the World Bank. If you really see their research, it was very feasible good siya nga. It was really there was so much substance in that
Yes.
research where they really saw nga BRT could really help Cebu's traffic in in the upcoming years, which is
But don't
true.
you think, but don't you think, murag, because it was delayed, it was implemented nga dugay kaayo, it BRT gets murag
The information that was used in the past is
Yeah.
no longer relevant.
Murag sana, there's a term kanang
Obsolete.
di sa na-outgrow na niya
Outgrow.
ang
Yeah.
iyahang effectiveness ba? Do you think there's
Because
a
the
need?
circumstance when it
Yeah.
was done was
Yeah.
already different
Kay,
now. No?
like karon, it's true that there are more people buying cars because barato
Yeah.
naman. I
Yeah.
mean, not exactly barato, no?
Pero like
malit
you
lang
get
ta,
you
but-
get like the dealership
Yeah,
cars, they have
very
like
competitive
zero down payment
yeah.
na. So yeah.
So more and more people are having their own
Plus
cars. Kay-
motorcycles.
Plus
Yeah.
ang wa na like kwintang motorcycles
Yeah.
na murag buyog dahil,
Yeah.
diba? So but the roads wala na to siya gi-expand.
Yeah.
But we are adding more using the same road.
Yeah.
So for me, my observation kaning package 1 di gid ma-feel sa mga tao unless until mo connecta from north to south,
Yeah.
which would take time.
Which would still take
Take
time.
time.
But the traffic here is it's not really like a one-time solution,
it's
or
not.
like there's still so much things to be done. And I think the mayor right now is doing so already, trying to
Yeah.
see which parts are really how should we do it, and of course at the same time we are asking the public's opinion on how we should do it, as at this, it's not like a
Participatory
yeah,
siya.
it's like you and me are discussing on things how it should be done, compared to him only making the decision to do this, and yet of course the people we forget about their opinions.
And my suggestion lang, no, because I know I don't like to put you on the spot because
Yes.
your space is on tourism, but of course traffic is part of it. I think for also the BRT to articulate how the future state would look like
Yeah.
from Talamban.
Yes,
I
that's
think from that
correct.
area.
Kana nga corridor,
Yes, I
DJ.
think more articulation
Yeah.
on that.
For-
How will it solve that problem?
Yes,
No?
kana nga corridor mura na siya og south, that's Minglanilla in
Yeah.
Cebu City. Wa kay lang agianan.
Straight like it.
Straight ra gid siya. So mo na nga either mubutang ka og dan diri sa Ilawom or mag-overhead ka.
Yes, that's correct.
Because it's very
There's no
expensive.
way already.
It's very expensive if mo widen ka
Yeah.
sa road. Ang atong utang mo trillion gyud,
Yes.
no? Nya kay ang expropriation ang nisaka na biya atong RPT.
Yes.
So it's very expensive gyud. Dako kaayo ang cost mo adto sa kanang daan lang niya. Mag-widen sa dadan, ini kagabi parkingan.
Yes.
So asang justice diha. So I think
more
Kung
articulation
either
lang
agad
in
siya,
that
yeah.
area.
kung masulbad na siya diha with other lain kanang agianan, may man arang-arang na lang sa south kay outside of Natalio Bacal, so there's already the south road
Yes,
properties.
SRP.
Sa sa Talamban wa ang gyud
Wala
ka.
jud siya.
Mulang og sa jeep pa, di ba? Bisag way pasahero, mulangoy man gyud ka
Correct.
kay wa man kay choice, di ba?
Wala na jud.
Kinahanglan ligon kung nakay sakyanan ligon imong tuhod sige brake DJ kung manual. Di ba? Inana gyud kanang murag
Paets.
hindi ko ka imagine kanang ang
I know.
so short a distance pero mura kag mibiyahe 1 hour going to Manila.
Correct.
Pero actually, for at least when I was there, it's really 2 hours.
2 hours
no?
yun
So
siya.
that's from where I live to IT Park.
So
or
mura kag
Cebu Business
nilargag
Park.
Manila ni balik ka Cebu 2 hours, di ba? So actually naay konsehal dinhi nga kanang wa na minaws caucus kay ni apil nato. Si Attorney Mikel Langutana, please ask Cons Nice about her advocacy for the youth and her experience in disaster response. Wa mi kahibaw ani. Mag-reporter ni si Attorney Mikel. Thank you kay Attorney Mikel, ha? Okay.
Thank you.
Putting you on the spot.
Unsa to yung gi-ask?
Yang ask, please ask Cons Nice about her advocacy for the youth and her experience in disaster response.
Yeah.
Kay sige-sigihan sa tagbisita aning mga disasters.
Yes. So for my advocacy for the youth good, when I did my campaign, was to really abolish that entrance exam that they did, because Cebu City Scholarship was created, or had who vision about it was Tami. So it was mura siya tanan mga bata nga makahuman og high school sa public school, automatic na siya mahimong scholar sa siyudad sa Sugbo. Ang nahitabo for the past administration was they placed a entrance exam. So they had an entrance exam. They had to ask the parents to give requirements of BIR, ITR requirements, which is a huge hassle, especially for those parents nga naa sa bukid.
Wala BIR.
Or not even employed.
Yeah, not even
BIR.
employed. Mga mag-uuma, tingla. So it's very hard ba. And then of course, your intelligence doesn't give you doesn't define you as a person ba. So if there are certain people ba nga maayo gid siya nga mo lihok, maayo siya inani, pero di kay siya smart on academics. So we shouldn't
Or the
be
circumstance would make it difficult.
Yeah.
Now, kabaw na kung anong nangutana ni siya ni Moani, because the last time I asked about scholarship kay si kuanto Cons Winston kay I asked mura man gud og discriminatory ang paghatag og scholarships.
Yes, that's correct.
Kung muhatag kag scholarship,
you give it to everyone.
nga mo avail,
Yeah.
di ba? Kay na may, for example, kung moingon kag ang katulang nag 85%, so imo nang gihuwisan,
Yeah.
nag-judge na ka nga
Kaning
katong
mga tao nga
magtawa na hala, ay inyong trabaho di gid mo pwede mo eskwela,
Yeah.
di ba? Adto ra gid mo sa either mag kanang wa kinahanglan
Yeah.
og kanang
Grado.
college graduate. So murag ato na unfair ba? Ato na
We
silang
decided
we
their
decided
fate,
nga
no?
what may chance in the
Yeah.
society, when in fact it should be
Free for all,
inclusive,
yes.
di ba? Inclusive. Kay wata kay bawo nga 79 iyang average, kay wa siya ka
He couldn't study well. Wala siya kuryente, wala siya libro.
Wa siya libro. Nag part-time siya nga trabaho, kanang kanang bitaw siya.
There's a line ba where it gives barriers to those unta who need the most. We give them barriers pag yun, which is very unfair.
Mangayo
to-
ka og ITR. Ibutang na to ang imong ginikanan na siya ay nakahatag siya ITR niya ani iyang income. Pero wala man sad gitan-aw nga uno mo kabuk igsuon.
Yeah.
Kanang the circumstances, but there should have been
Yeah.
a better
Something like that,
evaluation bitaw kay luoy man
Luoy jud
gud.
kayo
Luoy
gyud.
ang
Super.
opportunity ba kay ang mga estudyante nga kuhag scholarship are students who are really willing to
go to school.
to go to school
Yeah.
and get a better future. Kay diri akong mama labandira, dili ko maglabandira na mag-washing machine ako.
Bitaw.
Ang akong negosyo laundry na kanang inana ba. I think
Muna, it was very sad pa when they had that one, because daghan gid baya nga there are so much children that really they just want to go to school to even help their parents, and yet the government placed that rule.
has it been
kumbaga.
stopped already?
As of now, wala pa. Last time I knew nga wala pa gid siya nahunog. But I think by next year we should be able to take that out already and give more funds to the appropriate program, because it's very unfair yun. And of course we have daghan kay ta og bata diri sa syudad sa Sugbo, kay makugihan ba ita diri. So we
Daghan og extra time.
yeah.
But the other one also that I'm curious, because if we also expand the reach, that also means expanding also the
Budget, of course,
allocation.
yes.
So how will the two be bridged, man? At least as of this time, if we
Yeah.
have this already in the horizon.
I think if you've seen the latest news na si Tommy already lowered his budget for next year's. He lowered it by 500 million pesos, and then he said that he allocated a bigger budget for the Cebu City scholars, of course. So that's how he took out some of the unnecessary na mga programs nga dili gyud siya, for doesn't
direct hit.
yeah, wala kayo siya directive or direction towards it. Compared nga, we give bigger funds, of course, to the children of that mo gina ang priority. And of course, among motto gyud sa, as BOPK would be always be walang iwanan. So that's why we put bigger funds with the scholarship para wala dyan mga bata nga mabiyaan. And of course, in line with the Cebu scholarship, one of the things that I really wanted in Cebu City was to give free school supplies. Although we already did, or they did give, pero dili tanan bata nakakuha og school supplies because, sometimes pilian, and we gave mga school supplies, pero tinunto ka ng nihatagtag sapatos, pero ang katong gagmay og tiil, hatagan og dagko. Katuhinong mga dagko og tiil hatagan og gagmay.
So, di lang hasta school uniform.
And also, yes,
kayo niya taga-ag size ka small. So, manghud. So, yung manghud ni eskwela ka na ba? How was it tinuod bitaw ka na nga?
Like you get these kind of mga complaints mga
Ano nang hatag pa man ka nga di magamit,
yes.
right?
So it's a waste of money lang ba at the same
Para lang ingnon nga na.
Yeah, and then we gave school supplies pero wa na nagsugod ng klase. So of course,
nakapalit
na gyud ang mga mama.
Duwa ka ballpen.
So, multitask.
So that's one of the things nga I really want to fix good or help fix good in the government is to, if ever we are giving something out to the children, then we give it beforehand. We inform them nga we have a budget in this, and then ato jud itan-aw kada gyud bata o ikani siya gamay ni siya ha di ta mo hatag og dako ani niya kay
Hindi ka to niya eskwelahan. Mura siya gihangit.
So luoy kaayo ang mga
But kana siya, I think that this is way pila na ka-administrasyon nga kay bawag yun ta by June or August mag-start
so good
ang
na ang
classes.
klase.
Kay bawag yun ta how long ang procurement. Ano mo palit maganong ato na siyang ipalit months before para in time sa June dili kay
Anyway, it's predictable
mao
already.
dili mo gud siya something ay mag-August mag September ta karon kay feel na di mo gud siya
It's predictable.
Oo, same as ang kanang size sa mga bata nga inigsugod kay bo na mo gud ta nga gikan ka ni summer dako ka sige inig dako nimo mga medium lang kanisa siguro tug XL kanang
So in the context of institutionalizing it ba?
Mm.
Okay, because we can see man nga there's a variation from one administration to the other. What do you intend to do to make sure nga these lessons ba are really documented and eventually implemented properly na gyud, regardless of who is sitting?
I think it's different now because of the first fact is that Mayor Tatay Nestor is very articulate with documents. Everything should be documented. If you walay naka-document it, he always sa una when I was younger pag yun, if you do not write it on your notebook that it happened, then it never happened yun. So I think he is doing that in Cebu City Hall right now, that everything that you have on a certain topic needs to be
Like scholarship.
Yes, scholarship. Usa na gid na siya ka document.
Usa ka folder
usa
na
ka folder, and you have a rundown on what are the types of documents inside this folder. So I think it would be better na gid better now that he is starting that na gid. And
That's a legacy also.
Yeah. So one thing, if you've noticed put in government is we tend to lose things and we are not really interconnected with each other. That's
mura mo kanang ija-ija.
Yeah, nga murag kanang we give this kanang nakay ipahatag in this certain office, yet kung wala ka, if you didn't have like your own
Backup.
copy, sus nawa na to. So you're just like, oh, this is like, that's how something that we should change. Something that I saw when I went inside City Hall was not everything is documented. Not everything has a rundown. Not everything has, if this office has it, where the other one doesn't have, when they're just interconnected with each other. So it's like, nganong someday ni siya, oy? Why is everybody, each department has a life of its own?
Mura siya,
Imbis nga,
interconnected,
we should
no?
all be connected to one another. Wa na hinuon ko noon sa ba day?
Why GC? Why appeal sa GC?
Yeah, as in, they were left out of the group chat. So,
It's true. It's true. I've covered City Hall. Kanag yung paper trail.
it's just crazy. Grabe gyud. Mura ko na kaingon gyud ko nga, wow, this is how our government works. Ako when I came, this is embarrassing as a councilor, but if you're gonna let like a foreign, like someone come in here and then search for this and that, mauwaw na lang ka kay murag
Nahurot aus ka adlaw, wa gid hikiting gipangita.
Kung si tatay reser pa mo, ingon gaya-iya na lang gid mo diha. As in, because it's very sad ba, 'cause you wanted everything to be smoothly, pero it's just not, everything is just not giving. As a Gen Z ba? As a Gen Z, it's not giving at all. Maglabad na lang imong, pero we're working on it. As of now, although it will not be right away, but we are implementing stricter rules. You have to have your own copy. Do not ever give something if you do not have a copy of it. So,
And then the other thing, because we covered it also with Cons Winston the last time, are you also advocating for better use of technology to manage all these documents?
I think for me, I stand kung baga abstain for now. Pero at the same time, I also would really, as a Gen Z myself,
Correct.
I would really go for, having technology help us good with how it is. But at the same time, you should also think pud good of the masa nga people who do not have the access to the digital platforms. So I think we should take that into consideration good with. I'm very up for technology because why not, di ba?
Yes.
Kapaspas na lang yun, and everything now, as
And you can just search.
you could just search it.
Okay.
But
Well,
Dili
nagsige kag storya din na daghan kay diri hinangutanan nimo.
Right.
pang koy ni bay. Nice one, Ma'am Nice. Niza Archival. Nganong na Niza naman ni?
because my real name is Niza Gyud, NYZA.
Ay, correct mo. Correct yun yung spelling di. Kita na
Yes.
sa'yo. Now, there's a question. Is DepEd still a USAID beneficiary? How's the quality of the textbooks? Please investigate the tuition voucher scam. I think it's being investigated
Yeah, it is.
now.
Yes, it is
It's being
now.
investigated now. Not interconnected because government systems are not seamlessly blockchained. Kung efficient na, no more red tape, what na racket?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes, what na racket
Because
daw.
that's how unfortunate the government is, but that as what the comment would say, tinuod na nga naadyoy makuan because wa na racket ang mga atong mga friends nga what we call kuan
Racketers.
racketers.
Okay, taguan
The
na lang
mga-
nato sa nga
Yeah.
racketers.
Let's not
Yeah.
name them na lang.
Yes.
But then, our racket people, the very, what do you call this?
Hustlers.
Hustlers, yes. That's the right term for it.
Enterprising. Okay.
And their enterprises. Pero that's sad ba? Because, we're supposed to be the ones that would help our people. And yet, inside the government, naapadyoy mas corrupt pag yun. Dili man lang sa politicians, but our fellow workmates man, kung baga.
Yes. Imoning niya na siya. Just look at the National ID program. Wala mahuman in one presidential term. Impossible ba bana sa billions nga budget? Napapas na ganing pictures akong national ID. Nga picture, nga papas
Yes.
na
I
ang...
still have the paper. I don't have the plastic.
Na.
I never got my national ID.
Mo na siya.
So that's inaanadyan siya.
Yeah, kani si Sir Patron dagan ki siya nimo, we love BOPK. Regards kinas Attorney Dara. Sa Attorney Dara.
I revoked my...
Okay, sige, there's a different person.
Oh, okay.
Okay, panganay na anak ni Kaloy, so I takam siya tubag diri. Anyway, si Mang man kay comment. Anyway, Attorney Nice, it was Attorney Nice.
Nice.
Na awa sa mukha gyud man. Tungod gyud na ni.
Investigate the possibility, no?
No, sige lang.
Sige.
One of the hints na to sa imong destiny for law school. Anyway, so kaya ba we want ganan pa ta mi makigchika nimo pero wa naman tay gamay na lang man tag
Why was 1 hour
oras.
so fast?
Yes,
Guys should invite me more.
Okay, why not? Why not? So, it's nice to have young people sa council.
Because we're so fun.
The vibe, no?
Yeah, kanang murag ang kung magduka-duka ka sa council, why magduka-duka kay upbeat man kay imong tapad. Magbaw ka gukod unsa to imong gisulti. Oh. Di nga ka kaduka kay paspas man kay bisog kay mubuot kag no nya. Di magdutaran. So bawal magduka-duka sa council, but so it's nice we were able to listen to our young
Yes.
legislators Okay, napa siya one
Before
question. Okay,
before
sige,
we
go,
end,
go.
no? Sige, so because it's always nice to listen to Councilor Nice, no?
Yeah.
Especially on what the young people can do moving forward. So you mentioned that one of your motivations in the beginning, ba, is because you also want to see younger people also be able to see what's possible for them.
Yes.
So given where you are today, what is your message to our young viewers, no, on how they can step up the game, whether in their personal life or to pursue government service?
I think one message lang yun, it's very cliche, but to always believe in yourself. The only person you have good in this lifetime is yourself. The person who is going to be there at your worst is not everybody else, but then yourself. It's about how you think. It is about mindset. So if you have that mindset nga kaya gyud ni nako, makaya gyud na nimo. But if you put yourself in a position nga dili ni nimo kaya, then in the end di gyud na nimo kaya.
Ask help.
Yes. So if it's something good, I learned the hard way is to really just believe in yourself that you can and you will. You don't give doubts to yourself. If you do, then change how you think. It's you do not stress on the things you cannot control, but what you can control is your mind lang yun, on how you react on certain things. Of course, we cannot di mo jud nato ma-control on how your opinion is to me, but I can think or I can change na maybe
How you would receive it.
Yeah, how I would receive it. If you think bad about me, then I would change it nga. He probably thought bad about me kay there's something that I need to work on. So you take every critic as a way to really just to evolve and to be a better human, of course, to everyone around you. Very pageant. Oy, asa man ni? Oy!
Number one.
Asa man ni?
Yeah, but yeah, it's true. Cliche as it is, but it's true.
People forget about it, Manggod.
It starts in yourself.
It's you, good.
Naka-remember yun ko nga, that's the reason daw why the skull is hard. It's because it's like a fortress, no? Because that's a reminder for us to control what gets in.
Yeah.
Because
And what gets out?
because kama daw siya kanang this is like a wall, no? It's our decision to open it so that something can come
get
in. So I would agree, it's really mindset.
Yes.
So with that wraps up this edition of Beyond the Headlines.
Guys, get me more.
We hope today's conversation helped us shed light on the bigger picture behind this story.
And we'd also like to thank our guests, Cebu
Yes.
City Councilor Nice Archival, for joining us and for helping us connect the dots in ways that matter.
I'm Mildred Galarpe.
And I'm DJ Moises.
Thank you.
Thank you and good afternoon.
Bye, guys.
Ah.
See y'all.